Hey, what's up, everyone? A little something different today. I have started working on Path of Building features. For a long time, I've always wanted to add a couple things to it. I've had a lot of ideas, instead of just like waiting around or waiting for someone else to do it. And, I've kind of been craving actually programming again. For folks that don't know, I actually have been a programmer for many years, many, many years, longer than some of you guys have been alive. So that's what I've done. I currently have a PR open and I've talked to Local Identity and it looks like it's going to get merged in to the next version. So I feel confident making this video. But even if this feature doesn't get merged into the program, just wanted to tell you guys that I'm planning on adding a lot of features actually to Path of Building. A lot of them might not make it in. At the very least, actually, I'm going to have my own fork that I can add experimental features to, that if you guys want to follow that development. I might even stream some of the programming. I don't know how to make programming and streaming fun, but I'll try to do my best. Could be interesting, right? We can share ideas and you guys can follow along. Anyway, way too long intro. I'll just show you guys exactly what I worked on. So currently a feature that you might not know about, but I love a lot is the show node power feature. Can take a while to calculate. And actually the offense defense one is a little bit quicker. If I just do ignite DPS right here, you can see that, we'll just sit here and we'll wait for the whole thing to calculate. All it has is a very large list of every single node, and I don't know if they're sorted at all, but there's just a large list and it just iterates through every single one and it says, hey, how good is this? How good is this? To the point where, as you can see, it even it checks the nodes for not your ascendancy. And that obviously, that is the most expensive calculation. That is one of the most expensive calculations that I think Path of Building probably does. Let's see, is it done calculating? Looks like it's done calculating. But yeah, that took a while, right? It just had to go through absolutely everything. And so what I added, this is a very tiny feature, this is just my first thing that I'm adding to Path of Building, is this little drop down right here. I kind of kept it simple. So the default functionality is all. When you click the show node power, it'll do all of them. Most of the time when you're working on your build, you actually don't want it to check that many nodes. When your build is already mostly done, for example, I'm level 98 right now. There's just no world where I ever care about the bottom portion of the tree whatsoever. And honestly, I'm probably not even looking to go below the top half of the tree. At the very most, I just want to see some very efficient nodes in here. It also will check cluster joules for you and all that type of stuff. So what I did is we have this drop down and it limits the node distance. So I have two options here. 5 for the most restrictive. If your build is level 95, level 98, and you're just trying to tweak some things, find the most efficient nodes, then you can pick 5. Or if you just have a build skeleton at, let's say, level 70 or 80, and you want a wider reach, and you just want to say, hey, maybe there's some stretch nodes that are within the reach of where my build is right now, but I still don't want you to check something on the other side of the tree, we can pick 10. So let me click on Ignite DPS from this, and we'll see how quickly it calculates. I did think about adding a little spinner or something, but I didn't want to go overboard. But it should be done in just a few seconds. You have to wait till it sees that. There you go. All right, so that took less than 10 seconds, whereas the original one took, tens of seconds. That's basically it. That's all the feature is. That's the thing that I do very often when I'm trying to refine a build, particularly at the end where I'm level 98. Is a medium cluster joule good here? Maybe there's something else that I can take. And the other nice thing about that, if you don't know, you can click show power report right here. You can click show cluster joules and it'll show all of the cluster nodes. So particularly if you only want to see cluster nodes, if you click the 5 drop down right here, you click show clusters right here with the power report, then you can just calculate that, right off the bat. You don't have to worry about calculating absolutely everything. And it does also keep the power report a little bit smaller, and it's a little bit more easily digestible and easy to parse through. An additional consequence of this is I was talking to Local Identity. This bottom bar right here got very overloaded, right? I have a 1440p monitor, but if we want to go to a 1080p monitor, something like this, once we have the show power report, if you're doing the comparison right here, it does get really, really full. This is after I made the change. What we did is there's this functionality that I didn't even know existed, the import and export tree button. These two buttons were previously on the bottom bar, and we have moved them to the manage passive trees pop-up. So it's going to be there. You might not even know these buttons exist. I think most people don't use them. I don't think I've ever clicked on them before, but it's actually really cool. You can just import or export specifically just one tree instead of an entire build. And that's a good way you can share just a portion of a build really, really quickly with people just within Path of Building, right? Instead of having to go to external utilities or anything. So yeah, that's my little change right there. I'm really excited to add more to Path of Building and just contribute, do some bug fixes and everything. I just wanted another way that I could try to help out the community. Firmly believe that builds and all that should be something more accessible and approachable for people. And I want to add a lot of tools to help people, especially doing the refining process. There's all sorts of stuff that we can do because of the amount of power already built into Path of Building. And it's really just going to be about finding ways to extract that data and that functionality in ways that can help the average player. The average player that wants to make builds anyway. That's it. Really quick video for you guys. I'm really excited for this feature to get added and for future features on top of that. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see y'all soon. Bye.